There is a lot of pain and anger right now in our city. I understand that. Our entire city recognizes that.
What started out as a community and a state trying to make ourselves better and understand where we failed, to demand justice and express righteous anger, has morphed into something very, very different.
Anger and protests across the nation and here in Arizona. This morning we are bringing you team coverage on what's happening right here in the Valley and across the nation.
Good morning, Arizona. I'm Jamie Serrata, live in downtown Phoenix here this morning. Folks are out riding their bikes and they're finding some interruptions in their day. Take a look, Mike Schmidt. You'll see some of these trafficades around here. I'm at 6th Avenue and Adams. These trafficades also over at 7th Avenue as well in Washington. This right here, this is Phoenix PD. This is where a lot of folks were walking last night during some protests that began around 8 o'clock last night. We know that Reverend Jared Maupin, he was calling for a walk around 11:30, 12 a.m. this morning. Take a look at some of the barricades that they have set up around the police department. We'll also see some dumped water bottles along the area as well. If you are trying to get around downtown Phoenix today, except Mike Schmidt, you think we can take this corner real quick? We're going to show you there are some interruptions, but I do not see new damage. There is some graffiti, that bad word that you know which one I'm talking about. I see that one right there, so don't look to the left here, Mike Schmidt. We're going to cover that for our friends watching at home. And then over here, this is 7th Avenue in Washington. You'll have another cinder block trafficade as well. I started coughing the second we rolled into downtown Phoenix. I believe I talked to a police officer who was just coming on duty, said there may have been some tear gas here last night. We heard it was peaceful. We're working to get you more information. We do know that Phoenix Police was reaching out to other police departments around the area to be ready for whatever happened last night into the early morning hours. We also know there was a lot of damage in downtown Scottsdale and over by Scottsdale Fashion Square. Yeah, hard to believe this is happening in our hometown here. Maria is live in Old Town Scottsdale. Maria, what do you have for us?
Well, Jamie, we're at the corner of Camelback and Scottsdale Road. You may recognize this place behind me. It is Sprinkles Cupcakes. They have really good red velvet cupcakes, by the way, but just so sad this morning to see this broken glass door. The general manager here sweeping up the mess and sweeping up all of that broken glass. Now, I want you to see right behind her that cupcake machine. She says there's no damage to the cupcake machine, but all of the cupcakes in there are gone. That's not the only damage on this corner. I want to walk you this way. You see this fence? It was blocking off this area for, I believe, construction, but you can see the tables overturned. This is Yogurt Land right here. And this morning, we are starting to see a lot of people come out and volunteer to try to clean up this mess. We've talked to one business owner. He works for a piano place over here. He tells me that he was actually here at the time that the group of, he called, young teens threw a rock through the window. So again, a lot of people waking up. Scottsdale really known for people getting up early and getting their exercise in, people walking by, really concerned about what they're seeing. So I know it's kind of hard to see with the sun facing this way, but look at all the shovels and also the brooms here. I want to show you and introduce you to a father and son. They live in Scottsdale right down the street. He says his wife and kid are shopping at least 2 or 3 times a week, and they were actually supposed to go to Dick's Sporting Goods this morning, but instead they've decided to come here and clean up this mess. They saw this on the news. They brought their own tools, their own trash can, and so let me see if I can find Carrie.
Oh, my dad, he's over the other side.
He's on the other side,
yeah.
So let me talk to you. Your dad's all the way over there. I'm going to put my mask on right now. When your dad woke you up this morning, what did he tell you?
He told me, hey, let's go clean up. Down here, it's pretty bad. So we went down to the mall trying to clean up there, but some of the security guards said there's still people in there, potentially. So they said in a few days we can come back and help. So we decided just to drive down here, see if we can help clean up. And there's been lots of stuff glass everywhere, glass over at Yogurtland, and it's not a way to do it, honestly.
Yeah, when you look at all of this, how do you feel?
I feel pretty sad because it's our community. We're basically destroying our stuff, basically. And I feel bad for the owners because they have to pay for all this and stuff like that.
Looks like your dad's coming over right now. Let's go grab him. This is Kerry. Again, he says he's a business owner himself. And Kerry, we just talked to your son about the cleanup and what he's learning this morning. Why did you decide to come out here?
It's our, like I said before, it's our community, it's our neighbor, it's our mall. And my wife and son are here 2-3 times a week, and I just felt I had to do something to help.
And what do you think of all this when you see all the broken glass and the business owners, and looks like other people are coming out to volunteer
Yeah,
too.
there are. There's already 4 or 5 of us, so I think that's great, and that's what our community is about. But this makes me sad to see the witnesses. I never thought I'd witness this, not in my community.
And then, Carrie, showing up here at 6 a.m. trying to beat the heat, I will say it is getting warmer. I'm starting to sweat as well. But again, here looks like another family just showing up with a trash bag and also a broom to just help these business owners out. I've only run into one again so far, but yeah, that's what's happening out here. And we're going to go ahead and send it back to you guys.
Maria, thank you so much. Again, we are live in downtown Phoenix here this morning. There is definitely something still in the air here this morning that I was choking on. I think one of our reporters from last night covering started coughing during one of his live reports as well. It was a turbulent night in Phoenix and in Scottsdale overnight today. We begin cleaning up once again, assessing the damage. We'll continue to move about the valley this morning and check out what has been done and talk more about what must be done as well. We have all our information, all these stories. We have live pictures from our protests that have been happening overnight on our AZ Family Facebook page. Also go to our AZ Family app for more information. Back to you.
We know that anger and protests have taken place all across the nation, including right here in Arizona. And this morning, we are bringing you that team coverage on what's happening here in the valley. We know that there were protests downtown that seemed to be a little bit more peaceful than what we saw on Friday night. But the big story from last night, if you're just waking up with us this morning, is Scottsdale. And what we saw there was so much damage done in the Scottsdale area. And Jamie, I know you've been working hard. You've been roaming all around this morning. You were just doing an interview. Tell me what you're seeing in Scottsdale right now and where you're at.
Like 8 o'clock and 100 degrees.
Good morning to you. I am standing right in front of the Crate and Barrel. Mike Schmidt, take a spin around, because you will see not only a lot of people, but a lot of damage. Urban Outfitters, the windows are out right there, boarded up right here at Nordstrom as well, and a lot of holes in the windows right here at Crate and Barrel. In fact, you could just walk on in, and that's what I'm told happened to Scottsdale Fashion Square. Sephora, I'm told, Anthropology as well, had attacks. I want to bring in my friend Kasha, who I just met out here. Like I said, I'm going to grab this right off the camera. And Kasha, you were out here. Tell me what you saw here last night.
Yes, I was at the Motel 6 about a mile up, and I heard the helicopters, and they said, hey, this is Scottsdale Police. Everybody need to go inside, or we will use, the rubber bullets or whatever. So I finally came out, walked down, and I seen about at least 1,000 people at first crossing the street from Scottsdale Mall to over here to Waterfront. And then after that, then I still stayed out there and watched, and I seen about 20 to about maybe 30 people running from Neiman Marcus, running into the condos right here, or the penthouses right here. And they was running out, and then also seeing people spray painting the bank, all the negative stuff that they did about the police. Then after that, I see more people, like another 30 people running out from the mall with bags and stuff, and it was just unbelievable. And I didn't really think they were really going to do like the same thing like they did in Minneapolis, but it really happened. So
to see this, what does this mean? What is the goal?
Actually, you know what? I don't think there's a goal in it at all, because now the only mall that we have open in Arizona, they destroyed it. So now we can't go shopping. And then on top of that, it didn't prove anything, because the things are still going on. Like, what did this prove? Now you guys stole all this stuff. Now you guys are probably going to get arrested and, other things, but just destroyed your own community. And now we can't go shopping at the mall anymore for a while now. And now the police are really going to be out. and it's Sunday, it's hot in Arizona, you know, so I mean, I think it was just pointless.
Tasha, thank you. Thank you for taking time for me. And thanks for watching us, too.
I will.
She wanted to do the interview because she watches through TV. Let's go down the street here. Maria is just around the corner down Scottsdale Road. Maria, what are you seeing there?
Good morning, Jamie. Lots of volunteers. We're right in that area of Camelback Road and Scottsdale Fashion Square on the other side of me. But look down the way. Look at all of these volunteers out here. They brought their own brooms, their own shovels. You can see that they're trying to put the fence back up. It got broken down or went down yesterday with all of the people who came out here with the intention to hurt these businesses. I mean, we have broken glass everywhere, at least 5 businesses, including the Sprinkles Cupcakes, in this section. So one of the volunteers, we've got Joshua and Alicia and their 8-year-old son here. You guys are about to wrap up. I saw you brought your own broom. Why was it so important for you to come out here and teach your son about the importance of helping your community?
Well, this is our community. I mean, it's sad to hear, you know, at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night, my son is up scared because he can hear helicopters and police cars and all sorts of stuff, and we don't want to teach him to be afraid of that kind of stuff. Instead of being afraid of it, to help out and clean up and what we should be doing as a community, as opposed to just destruction and theft and everything. You know, it's a tragedy. All of this is a tragedy, but we want to have some good that comes out of it. And, you know, teaching our son what he should be doing is a benefit that he's gaining right now. And
how would you describe the damage when you looked at it?
It was pretty atrocious. It was really, really heartbreaking coming out here and seeing all the businesses broken into after COVID and all this stuff just happened. All the businesses were just opening up, and now they had another major hit. It was just very sad to see.
All right, and how are you doing? You okay? Yeah, helping out mom and dad. So real quick before we go, we want to talk to Councilman Guy Phillips. He is with the council at Scottsdale. You showed up here, you got your gloves, your hat on, looking to get to work. Has Scottsdale Police talked to you, and what do you think of all this?
So they informed the council yesterday that they were well aware of the situation that was going to happen last night, and basically said they had it under control and to stay out of the area. And of course we listened, because with the police, their first thing is safety of the people, and I think they did a fine job of making sure that nobody got hurt. But I think we all have concerns about the damage that happened and the policy of, you know, the police are not here to protect property. They're here to protect lives, and I fully understand that.
So are you being a little critical of them and their response last night?
I don't want to be critical, because I love our police department. They've done a great job over the years, and I have the deepest respect for them. It's the policies, and I don't know if it's their policy, state policy, or federal policy, that they don't protect property. But when you're an sworn officer and you're watching somebody damage property, you would think that would be the time to arrest him, because you can't just watch him do something illegal.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have that discussion.
Well, have you heard from the mayor? Is anyone going to be addressing this at all officially today?
I haven't heard from anybody yet. The chief is supposed to brief the council this morning sometime, and I'm just waiting for that call. That might have been it.
But you showed up in your jeans and your gloves getting ready to get to work. I'm sure you're shocked too.
Well, if I may say, I'm so proud of our city and all the people that showed up to help clean up. It just goes to show how much everybody loves our town. We don't want to see this kind of thing happen, but for everybody to get together and help, it's a good thing, and we'll rebuild.
And that is something that to see so early in the morning, people, again, getting their gloves, getting their masks on, getting their brooms, and coming out here to help out these businesses. Again, this is Yogurtland. Window completely shattered, and they've been moving the glass all morning long and taking it to the dumpster. Ladies, back to you.
Thank you guys for your perspective. Obviously, you've been roaming around that area, and it is sad to see. That's an area that so many people go to. It is sad to see all of that damage, but nice of so many folks to come out and decide to pick up. Thanks, ladies. We'll chat with you in just a bit. Our top story this morning, the aftermath from the protests and the looting and riots that happened last night in the Scottsdale area. Jamie is standing by this morning. Jamie, I'm just looking at your shot, and it is incredible to see all of the glass as Jamie's kind of getting ready. We know that in this situation, it is definitely very stressful as reporters are out on the scene, because you're trying to convey and talk to your photographer to make sure everything is ready with obviously your audio check. So she's getting ready. Jamie, do you hear me?
Yeah. I'm ready. I'm
Okay,
ready.
you're ready to go.
Yes.
Obviously,
okay,
you've got a lot to show us.
Okay, so I'm at Crate and Barrel. Take a look at Crate and Barrel. This is the office right here, and I was walking here saying, oh my gosh, could you imagine if this was your office, if this was your place of work?
This is my
this
place
is your
of work.
place of
this
work?
Is my place of work.
Tell me who you are.
I'm Sherry with Verifone, whereas Zyvello just was purchased by Verifone, so this is my office.
So which one, what's your desk?
My desk is actually on the other side, so this was the engineers, all the design engineers, so hence all the computer systems, and then I sat at the opposite window.
We know that there was a threat put out yesterday about Scottsdale Fashion Square. Was your workplace notified? Were you notified?
I did not get a threat. I did not hear. I'm from Fountain Hills, so I drove in as fast as I heard this morning.
Yeah, and tell me about seeing this damage here this morning. Why did you want to be here right now?
This place means a lot to me. The people here mean a lot to me, and so I'm here all the time and putting in a lot of hours. Of course I want to be here.
Yeah.
And so I'm looking for my coworkers right now.
Yeah. Looking for the coworkers, making sure everyone's okay.
Right, and to see what we need to do now to clean up.
I mean, it's really startling when there's paperwork on the floor right here.
Paperwork on the floor, designs on the floor, everything on the floor. So we're going to have a mess to clean up.
Yeah.
So...
Thank you for being here, and thank you for talking with us. We really appreciate that during this time. Yes.
God bless everybody.
Thank you, ma'am. Peace and love, she says. I want to take you for a little walk. I'm going to give you this. Nope, I'm using this. Take you for a little walk down the way because people have started to gather. I'm trying to stay without a lot of folks around as I reach for my mask because we also are in a pandemic, my friends, as we assess all this damage that we have here. This is the Crate and Barrel. I'm at the overpass. So you know where I am, Goldwater and Camelback Road. This is where you see the sign that says Scottsdale Fashion Square as you head into this area of town here. This is all the glass, every single window smashed out here. And I'll tell you what, across the street at Tommy Bahama, it's smashed as well. So we have a lot of folks gathering up here. In fact, I think this truck that pulled up, plywood. So we probably have a work crew as well. Can we walk around, Mike, real quick? Let's take a quick walk. I see my cord is tangled around your foot. Let's get that real quick. And let's walk. Okay, because I want to show you some of these. It really is interesting when you see the punch, when you see that punch in the glass as well. So I'm told that there were shovels, hammers. People came prepared to do exactly this work as they came to Scottsdale Fashion Square to do damage. And I think that was the message that they wanted to send. There was one piece, one more. Let's take one more. Once again, this is where we start to enter Crate and Barrel. Crate and Barrel, you'll see, it's really interesting to see the glass broken in. And then the beautiful vignettes that they set up with the great living rooms. So you have this piece that they've created inside the store. And then this crushing glass that's happening outside. And you'll see right here the sheet that is just still put together. Here's one. And then Mike Schmidt, a little bit to the right here, we'll see that sheet that kind of stayed together, but is all outside of this store. So I'm also told Anthropology got broken into overnight. Sephora got broken into overnight. We are reaching out to Scottsdale PD. We have asked our officers that we have seen out here to please send a public information officer so we can learn more about what happened inside the mall. We haven't even been able to access what happened inside the mall as of yet. Maria, she's on the other side of Scottsdale Fashion Square. Maria, where exactly are you now?
I am at Mattress Firm. This is right across the street from the Apple store. We have a view from up above, but look at this. You can see the hole here and all of this glass shattered. There is no glass here in the door for Mattress Firm, glass inside. And I want to show you again, we are right across the street from the Apple store where there's lots of damage. We can't zoom in because there is so much graffiti that has curse words on it that is not appropriate for TV. So again, from up above, you can see exactly where we're at. This strip area is where Sprinkles Cupcakes is located if you've been to Yogurtland. I do want to note Chipotle did not have any damage, but I counted at least 12 stores in this area that have smashed glass. And back out here live where I'm located, it's so amazing to see all the volunteers come together. Someone brought water. There's donuts here. here. They've been working for 2 hours and working very quickly because a lot of the volunteers have actually decided to move on to see where else they can help. I also ran into a carpenter. He showed up. He asked the business owners, hey, I have tools. What do you need? So right now, those windows that are still busted open, they are waiting for those boards to come so they can board them up. I want to introduce you to this group of ladies. They don't know each other. They actually just met here to help out, to volunteer. They brought their own brooms, their own trash can, their own trash bags. I know you guys have water. I want to talk to you just because you told me that you were at the protest the last couple nights, right?
Yes. I was in the protest for the first two nights for Phoenix. There's two different Black Lives Matter groups. So one held one day, and the other one held a vigil for Deon Johnson the following day. He was killed on Monday, Memorial Day, is that?
So why did you decide to not go to last night's protest, and why are you here this morning helping to clean up?
Absolutely. I didn't have my ID on me. I left it at my mom's house, and I didn't want to drive in that area without a license. Not smart. I mean, it's not smart to drive without a license, period, but that's not the time to do it. And so we just stayed home, and I just happened to be watching live, and it was mainly 12 News that I was watching that had the two protests up together, the downtown Phoenix one that happened last night, and then whatever.
But you decided to come and volunteer today to clean up. Why? What do you think of all of the violence and all of the
I think for me it was a matter of cleaning up what the message is not about. What they did here last night, I don't want to discredit what they were doing or what have you, but it wasn't the right way to go. This is a place that I shop personally. I have family and friends that work in this area, that work for these businesses, and there's a right way to go about it. And tearing down your community, or if this isn't even your community, coming to another community to tear it down, it's just not right.
All right. Well, I mean, and what's incredible, guys, if you can take a look, so we've got Bianca from South Phoenix, we have the West Valley over here, and then someone from the East Valley. Again, they all just met here, they all come together, and they are all here to clean everything up. So we do, real quick before we go, we did get a chance to talk to Guy Phillips. He is the councilman for Scottsdale, and here's what he had to say about police response yesterday.
I feel like they did a good job. I mean, obviously nobody got hurt, and that's what their job is for. In Scottsdale, public safety is our #1 priority. At the same time, you wonder about the policies, whether it's local, state, or federal, that says that they're not allowed to do anything about damaging property. They watch them do it, they watch them steal, and yet you can't arrest them. It doesn't make sense to me.
He was also telling me that some of the merchants, they were asking him if they should be armed, if they should be protecting their businesses. I talked about that carpenter. There he is Bob the carpenter. He's got his gloves in his hands right now, and they're assessing which windows actually need boards up on it. So again, there's still some stories of hope out here, of people coming together, people from different communities, people who are not even from Scottsdale or live Scottsdale, coming here right now to pack up that water, pack up the donuts. They've made some new friends, and they're hoping to come together and make this place a lot better and make it look better than what happened last night.
Maria, you have been able to talk to so many people today. It is impressive, the amount of folks that you have talked to. So we appreciate your reporting. Stay safe out there, and obviously good to see those folks come together from different parts of the valleys, different walks of life, but coming together to clean up this morning.